Hello friends, got a really nice guitar in, again, most of the guitars I get in are nice guitars, and this one is no exception. Has a few problems which I'll mention in a minute. You think that's a strap with a humbucker in there? Not just a strap, have a closer look. Oh, it's a Levinson, you'll say. That's right, it's a Levinson. It's a Levinson blade. Gary Levinson makes amazing guitars. The guy is a genius. He makes some of the best guitars in the world. The RH4, I don't think there's a, I'm not saying there's not a better guitar in the world, but what a fantastic guitar the Levinson Blade RH4 is, with the Falcon tremolo and all that. This, again, a blade. It's a Texas Deluxe. Absolutely beautiful, great weight. It's got the VSC in there, which if you don't know what a VSC is, it's basically a signal boost, built-in EQ boost. On a three-way switch. The owner bought this into me, he says it only works in the middle. Well, that's when the VSC is off. I've checked the battery in there, absolutely dead. I've checked the wires, they look okay, but it says it's never worked. Now I've been underneath, I've had a look inside, there's at least 3 wires off, there's 1 off in there, there's 2 off in there. So I'm going to have a fiddle about with the wiring. I'm basically going to have to guess where the wires go because I don't have a diagram. I've tried to fix some of these VSCs a couple of times before and I've never fixed one yet, so first time for everything. I've not checked anything else on the guitar. These stickers will be coming off. I'll be peeling all them off. I'm going to get the neck set. I'm going to remove the neck, set the neck straight, see if any of the frets need levelling, see how level the frets are, and we'll take it from there. The owner of this guitar is away until next week. He says there's no rush. I'm going to have a tinker about with soldering iron shortly, just get some wires rejoined and just see if I can get anything out of the electrics. I know one of the pots as well is spinning around in there. We'll get all the electrics sorted out and then we'll take the rest from there. Some great little things that Gary Levinson puts on his guitars, like this string tree that's on a spring loader there, look, and it's adjustable at the back. Let me show you. You can adjust it at the back there. And it's a spring loaded string tree. What a great little idea. Absolutely brilliant. It's got a little adjuster in the back there. Absolutely wonderful guitars. I don't know what range this is or how expensive it is. I imagine this one looks like a mid-range one. I don't like one of the top spec ones. But Gary Levinson's mid-range guitars are brilliant. They're great value. They're absolutely wonderful players. You're not going to get a better Strat type than this with a VSC as well. I will go and find out why you're sat there what VSC actually means, because I didn't know what it meant. And let's just see VSC blade and see what it says. Blade guitars, VSC, blah blah blah. Blade, right? VS. It's a preamp anyway. We know it's a preamp. See if we can get any information on that. Oh, you know, Falcon tremolo is amazing. It mentions that. VSC preamp blade. Blade VSC preamp. And there you go. Preamp onboard circuit found in Blade brand guitars. Original core for LM450 dual op amp. So this is just about the schematics of such device. Why can't I just find the VSC preamp on its own? Blah 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 blah. I didn't used to know what it stood for. Variable spectrum something. Bear with me. Bear with me. Just had it. Why is that disappeared now? A variable spectrum control. It's a little gadget. It's got 3 little trim pots. See if I can just eke it out just a little. It's a little preamp device. Here it is. Here it is. And it sits inside and the battery sits close to it. It's a little, it's got 3 trim pots there, look, to alter bass, middle, treble, I imagine. Great little gadget. It does many things. I've seen one in action when Jason come round and plugged one in and showed me what the VSC does. My mate Jason Castle. And he come and play, he says, yeah, let me show you what this VSC does and how good it is. And he fiddled about with it and changed this and changed that. He just flicked a switch and his guitar changed from a nice bluesy, clean sound up to an absolutely arse-ripping overdrive sound at a flick of a switch. So a guitar that does virtually everything. I don't think there's a sound you can't get out of this guitar. It does the lot. It's been absolutely fantastic stage guitar because Jason again demoed it for me and he just says there's not anything you can't do with this guitar. It's got the lot. It's got humbucker, you can single coil it, and you can clean it up, you can dirty it up, you can boost it, you can boost the bass, boost the mids, boost the treble, whatever. Absolutely lovely guitar. I'm going to get inside its innards shortly. I'll probably not do this one today, I might start this tomorrow. I've got other ones in the pipeline I want to be working on, but I'm going to definitely, if I don't have a look at this today, I'll have a look at it tomorrow and we'll see what we can get done with those electrics. I will come back with an update as and when I have one. Right, friends, here we are with this Levinson Blade, or the Blade Texas Deluxe guitar. What a beautiful guitar it is. And I've struggled a little with this one because I could not find a decent enough wiring diagram, and I couldn't find a wiring diagram that corresponded with the electrics in the guitar or corresponded with where this has been wired in the guitar. So I've actually talked to Gary Levinson on Facebook. He actually friend requested me quite a while ago. But I've got a bit of history with Gary and Christian out at Blade because I've talked to them a few times over the years. So that's good. And all Gary could say to me was, he says, the best thing you can really do is just get the wiring diagram. He sent me the wiring diagram and he says just wire it conventional if it's giving you a problem, because electrics are not my strong point. But I've decided that it's about time electrics were my strong point. So I've got, I don't know if you can see behind me here, it's a PDF. It looks like it were drawn 20-25 years ago. It's not fantastic, but it's okay. And what I've gone and done is I've gone and looked at all the wires from a VSC and I've written down what they are, what pins they are, and where they go to, and what they do, or what I can ascertain. That's how it was on the guitar itself. And I've gone to find out where they ought to go, and also how the there's a little switch in there for the VSC, turns the VSC on and off. So I've gone and wired out, drawn a little key to where the wires should go on there. And I've also done a little wiring diagram of how the pots correspond to the 5-way selector switch, an 8-pin affair there, and everything else, the pickups, I know how the pickups wire, 1, 2, 3 across there. I know exactly how that all works. I know where the earth wires go. So I've done myself 3 little diagrams there which I'm going to follow. I'm also going to correspond these 3 little diagrams with the PDF I've got online there, and I'm sure I'm going to get the wiring sorted out. There's no reason why this should not work. I know the VSC has not worked on this since the guy had it. I'm going to remove all these stickers off the fingerboard. The guy has rung me this morning and asked how much more it's going to cost him. I said, it's not going to cost you any more. I said, I'll give you a price when I took the guitar off you. I just let him be aware and let him understand that I don't charge for the research I have to do and the chasing about I have to do. And it seems I've been chasing about with stuff on this one for hours. You know, and they're hours that are either cut into my work time or they're my own spare hours. I never charge for that, so bear that in mind, kids. You know, just think on. So that's it. So it's what I'm going to do with this guitar. A beautiful looking thing. It will have one of my incredible copyright, one of my incredible setups, a complete rewire, which I don't need to remove anything out of the back now because I know the VSC is wired absolutely fine. So all I need to do with this now is remove the pick guard and just snip some wires here and there and delve in there with a soldering iron. I've got some great new solder. I'm using the leaded stuff, so I'm going to get a little bit of a face mask on there, breathing mask, because I tend to, when it's melting, when there's a big gulf of lead fumes coming out, it always seems to be the same time that I've just leant over and I'm breathing in, and we know who's behind that. You know, we don't want to be sucking them things up as noses, do we? So that's it. So I'm going to crack on with this. Let's have a quick look inside. I mean, those wires look like they are where they need to be. They're absolutely fine there. So it doesn't look far from where it needs to be. There's a wire off there. Right, I've got it. The only problem with this was the switch tip wire was off by the looks of it. That's it. I'll have it sorted. I'll have it sorted probably easier than I thought. The switch tip I'm going to solder onto that little 6-pin plug socket there. The only wire that's off really is this one at the bottom. That one there. And then I've got 2 spare wires which I need to solder to various pots or whatever. So I'm going to crack on with it, going to have a look at it, see if I can get it sorted in the next hour or two. I shall come back with an update, let you know how that went. Once this wiring is fixed on this, it's just a matter of a straightforward setup. Get them stickers off the fingerboard, clean the fingerboard up, polish the frets, make sure the neck's straight, check any frets for level, get some strings on it. We're going to have some early ball 9s on this, 942s, and try and get it all working. So, Levinson Blade Texas Deluxe. What a pain in the arse these guitars really are. Got all the wiring done to the spec or to the wiring diagram that Blade told me to use, but they've also sent me, I've just got a reply from today. It took about 8 days for them to get back to me, but I've got a reply today. And they sent me the diagram I've already got. So, for ease of reference, just for myself, I'm thinking the problem's probably with this 3-way, or the stereo jack should I say, not 3-way. So just for my reference, I'm going to point out what I think these connections are for. And this one, the yellow one at the top there, I believe is for the ring. The blue one on the left, as you look at it, is for the tip, and the green one on the right is for the sleeve. I'm thinking this is the problem. Because all the other wires are exactly as they should be on the diagram. So I'm going to unsolder these, and I'm going to use a proper normal stereo jack, which I think I've got in my parts drawer, and I'm going to wire to that. So I'm thinking that is ring at the top, tip is blue on the left, or don't worry about the colours, ring, tip, sleeve, ring, tip, sleeve. Just doing this video so I can watch it back and see where we are. Yellow, ring, blue, tip, green, sleeve. That's the reference I'm going off right now. I'm going to swap this out and see if I can get it to work. Regarding this Blade Texas Deluxe, so I've actually rewired it twice according to the diagram that Gary Levinson actually sent me and Christian resent me. And it's not having it. For whatever reason, the VSC is not working. All the pickups are not working when I wire it up according to that diagram. So I've talked to the owner of the guitar and I says, look, the only thing I can really do is bypass the VSC altogether and just wire it as a standard 3 pickup guitar with 1 tone and 1 volume. A basic strat basically. But the tone and the volume are going to work for all 3 pickups. We're still going to have a 5-way switch, so we'll still get the combination of bridge pickup on its own, or bridge and middle, or middle on its own, middle and neck, or neck on its own. So we've still got the 5-way selector. We just don't have the boost, the treble, the booster and the cut option on the VSC. I've had this problem before with Levinson blades. I don't know whether it's the manufacturer of the VSC itself, because they're only push on wires, you know, that go into them connectors there. So I'm going to rip out the guts of this guitar. I'm going to take the pots out. I'm going to remove the VSC. Well, I'm not going to remove the VSC. I'm going to leave it in and leave the wires in. But I'm going to take the pots and everything out. I'm going to replace the pots. I'm going to replace the jack socket. It's got to this guitar now where it's not so much costing me money, and it is going to cost me money because I'm not going to charge a bloke what I should be doing. But it's cost me, I've got 2 new pots to put in there, I've got new wire to put in there, and I've got a new jack to put in there. So there's that money there. But this is taking time. It's not so much as taking money, it's taking time. Time that could be spent doing something else. So I'm going to go with this basic design, and I'm going to say to the owner Dennis when he comes to collect it, listen, when I've got less on my plate and I've got some free time, if you want to bring it back, and I will have a go at the electrics again in my own time. I won't charge for it, and I will try and get it working. But when I've caught up with the work I'm going to do, because I've got a backlog of work at the moment, and he's anxious to get his guitar back. It has been here, in all fairness, it's been here 2 months. I didn't realise it was that long, but it's one of them I just put on the back burner. So I'm going to crack on with it today. I'm going to do the basic at least it's going to have a guitar working. The volume will work, the tone will work. The tone will work for all 3 pickups. You've got a 5-way switch. I've removed all the stickers from the neck anyway. I've oiled the fingerboard, blah blah blah. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with it rather than talk about it. I'm going to get on with it, try and get it working. And it should be absolutely fine. So that's how we're going to go. I'm going to crack on, come back for a final update sometime later today. Well, praise the Lord, we have this blade working properly, working fully. 1 volume for all 3 pickups, 1 tone for all 3 pickups. I've disabled the VSC. The 5-way position switch is working everywhere. I'm going to try and show you, I've completely overhauled the electrics. I've taken out the VSC completely. All I've done is put all the wires and the battery clip inside. I'm going to put a cover on there. That's completely bypassed. We're not using any of that. And then I'm going to try and show you the electrics in here. If you look there, you'll see 2 brand new pots, all new wiring in there, all nice and neat. I'm not going to move it any more than that. I've also put on a new input jack. I only had stereo ones in stock, so I had to put a stereo one back in, which is fine. I've just wired it up for mono. It's absolutely fine. I think I've got a wire there, just in the way. So that's it. The wiring is done. I've texted the owner, let him know. I'm just going to show you where we are with the. Make sure that plate's down. It is. I'm going to show you the wiring. So I'm going to plug it into the amp. I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're going to test the electrics while you're watching. There you go. We're good there. So amp on, volume, tone, 1 volume, 1 tone. Show you how we're working. I've got it on bridge pickup, tone, volume. Go to the middle pickup and the bridge pickup. That pickup's off. Volume, tone, middle pickup only. Tone, middle pickup and neck pickup on, bridge pickup off, volume, tone, just a neck pickup, volume, tone. There you go, all 3 pickups in all 5 positions. Absolutely working. The VSC is completely disabled, but like I said, 1 volume, 1 tone, 1 5-way, all 3 pickups working. Pleased with that. So let's put the camera back. I think we're about right there. So that's it. So all I've got to do now is, oh, camera's a little bit low, but never mind. All I've got to do now is I'm going to put some strings on. I'm going to set the tremolo. I'm going to get this set up. Other work the guitar as I'd done was it was covered in stickers all over here. We removed all the stickers, we've cleaned up the fingerboard, we've treated it with a mineral oil. I've polished all the frets. I shall also cut the nut to the right height. We'll test the tuners. This has had an intensive setup with a bit of extra work and parts, so by rights it should cost 95 quid, but I'm going to do him a favour on this one. I'm going to knock him a bit of money off because he's had to wait so long, so I'm not going to charge him for parts, I'm not going to charge him for strings, I'm just going to charge for the work for an intensive setup. So he's done pretty well out of that. I'm a bit annoyed I couldn't get the VSC working, but it's not the first time I've had this problem with a Levinson blade. I had another, I've still got one upstairs where the VSC is not working. It's something, it is a nut I do want to crack in time, but I ain't got time to spend on this right now, so Hopefully the owner's going to come back, pick it up, he's going to be happy with it, he can go away, he can play it, he's got he's got volume working, tone working, he's got the electrics working, he's got the guitar set up superbly, frets are all level, it's had a complete intensive setup, a couple of 1 frets down that end but nothing to worry about. And I'm going to crack on, get some strings on and get it ready to go. And finally, here we are, all done. Put some strings on, set the tremolo, I've done the intonation, set the radius on the bridge, I've set the pickup heights, check the nuts okay, all his tuners are all tightened up, and we are working in all positions with tone and vibe. I'm just going to show you where we are. I'm going to have to hold this up, aren't I? So I'm going to just play 2 strings. So that's all the 5 positions: volume, tone, all positions. So take my word for it, everything's working as it should be in all positions. So that's it, all done. I've just realised I've not put the back plate on, which I've got here, ready to put on, and the screws. So the guitar is all finished. So beautiful, nice job in the end. Like I say, I had to bypass the VSC. This switch is non-operative, it's in there, but it doesn't work. The VSC is it's like a mid boost or treble boost, bass boost, mid boost. It's bass, middle, treble. You can boost or cut. It's a bit like an active circuit. Well, it is an active circuit. I had to dismantle that. That's not working. But the guitar itself is an absolute beauty. A lovely weight to it. What it's is an intensive setup, which is basically a strip and rebuild from the bottom up. Tuners off, back on again. Neck off, back on again. Bridge set, tremolo set, all the electrics checked. In fact, this has had a complete rewire, which I'm not really charged for that. I've not charged for parts. Put 2 brand new pots in there, new capacitor and a new switch in there, all at my expense. I should have charged 20 quid for that, gubbins here. But it's all done. A nice guitar, working, functioning. It's got tone, it's got volume, it's got 3 pickups and a 5-way selector. Works as a Strat should. Nothing more I could really do. It's not a splittable humbucker, so we couldn't do that. So basically a full out functioning and very nice guitar. I also had to level 2 frets, by the way. I didn't mention earlier. I've done that. I've set the action at 12th fret. The guitar plays absolutely fine. There are no dead notes anywhere. And it is a Blade, it's a Levinson Blade or a Blade Texas Deluxe guitar. Price range, I'm not sure, 300, 350 quid. I'm not sure if this is one of the cheaper Asian ones or Korean or what. I don't know, but it's a nice looking guitar. These are fantastic necks on them. You very rarely have to touch the frets on these, and I've had to skim too, so that's it. So this one is all done. It's been a long-winded affair. I'll be a little bit glad to see the back of it, but I'm never too glad to see Blades go because they're beautiful looking guitars. I mean, that for one of their lower end guitars is absolutely beautiful. But anyway, it's all done. I've let the owner know it's ready to pick up. I'm going to stick this back plate back on. But for all intents and purposes, the guitar is on. Restrung with Ernie Ball 942s. I only buy Ernie Ball 942s or Diodario 1046s. So it's, you either get 10s or 9s. You have Diodario or Ernie Balls. That's all you get with me. If you want any other strings, bring them yourself, because I do actually charge for strings. I've not charged him for them either, so he's getting a good deal out of it. He's had to wait longer for his guitar than he'd have wanted to, but it's the way it is. But that's it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the VSC working. Not the first time, I'm sure it's not going to be the last. But end of the day, another project done, a very nice looking guitar. I'm sure the owner's going to be pleased. But it's another project wrapped up. So until the next time, people, in Jesus' name, be good to each other, look after each other. I'll see you soon.